AVC Jack here. Welcome back to Vinyl Martini. I've been gone for about 3 weeks. I think in my last video I told you that I was going to fly back east to Kingston, Ontario. My son is renovating his house. I went out there to help him. Basically, I was a skivvy, but we got a lot done. We got the flooring done upstairs. All the upstairs is painted. Put in a bathroom, all the cabinets in the bathroom, got the plumbing going downstairs. We put the kitchen in, got all the kitchen cabinets put together, and did some more flooring. That was about 2.5 weeks. I just got back a few days ago, and I'm happy to be back. I'm kind of exhausted, but I had lots of stuff to do back here as well. So I thought I'd take just a few minutes to show you some records I got in Toronto on the way back from Kingston. I took the train from Kingston to Toronto, had a little stopover in Toronto, and then took the train back up to the airport, stayed at the airport, and flew back home. So Brian, I'm sorry, I must apologize to Brian the Embrotic Robot. It was a spur of the moment thing. I booked my trip the night before. I was only going to be downtown for a couple hours. So next time I'm out there, we will get together for sure to do some crate digging. Anyways, I managed to stash my bag in a storage locker and visited a couple of record stores that are about maybe a 10 or 15 minute walk from the train station. The first record store I went to is Kops Records on Queen Street West, pardon me. They had some dollar bins outside, so I managed to find a couple records in there. I did a lot of digging in these two stores, to tell you the truth, and I didn't come away with a lot, but I did manage to find some gems. But found Melanie's first album from 1969, Melanie Sapphic. We just lost her, I don't know, about 6 months ago or so, not very long ago this year. And this is her first album, just called Melanie, 1969, on Buddha Records. I don't know if this is a promo or not, but for a dollar, this record is in remarkable shape. Of course, the jacket's a little bit beat up, but it's on Buddha Records on the white label, so it doesn't say it's a promo on there. Might not be a promo. I always remember Buddha Records having that kind of purple label, but I could be wrong. Maybe in the early days it was just a white label, but really happy to find this. I've got only one other Melanie record, and for $1, I couldn't turn this one down. Also found this one for $1. This is 1977's Nils Lofgren release, I Came to Dance. I think it's his third solo record after Grant. Of course, everybody knows him as a guitar player with the E Street Band, but also remarkably, he was the piano player on Neil Young's After the Gold Rush. His solo records are well worth a listen. I don't know, power pop, would you call them? Rock? Maybe not power pop, but they're good solid efforts anyway. So that's Nils Lofgren, I Came to Dance. Good find for $1. While I was in Kops, I was going through their bins, and their records are priced hipsterish, I would say. They're curated beautifully, but they're priced very high. So I went in their cheapy bins again on the inside of the store, and I managed to dig these out at reasonable prices. But they had some stuff in those cheapy bins. Records that the covers are all beat up. The records were not in terrific shape, but they would be priced like $35 in the cheapy bins, and they wouldn't have a sleeve on them or anything. But anyways, I managed to come up with these. How about Millie Jackson's first record on Spring Records from 1972? This is before she really took off. She's an adult performer, let's put it that way. These is more basically a soul R&B record. It's just called self-titled Millie Jackson, but My Man, Sweet Man, Ask Me What You Want, A Child of God. I love Millie Jackson. I pick up her records whenever and wherever I come across them. So that one was $5. Next up, I've been looking for a Lonnie Mack record for a long time. Lonnie Mack is he's originally from Indiana, I think. Indiana, and had an on and off career. He recorded a record in 1963, and he had a couple of hits with a couple of instrumentals, but he's a great guitar player. He set the tone for American guitarists. The album was released in 1963, and then 1964, the British invasion started, and a lot of American artists were just kind of wiped off the map. But in 1969, I think he signed a contract with Elektra Records. This is on Elektra Records. It is from 1971, I believe. There's no date on here, but I think it's 1971. And it's called Whatever's Right. He recorded 3 records for Elektra, and then he kind of just went back into the woodwork. Very shy person, not really meant for the limelight. Didn't mind playing in clubs. He recorded a few records in the 80s. He is a landmark guitar player, often cited by the likes of Eric Clapton and J.J. Cale and other guitar players, very influential. So very happy to find this record. Sorry, I'm getting a message on my phone that my battery is running low, so I will ramble on through here. So Lonnie Mack, 1971, Whatever's Right. Very happy to find that. How about Ian Hunter's first solo record from 1975, just self-titled Ian Hunter, of course. Mick Ronson is on this record with him playing guitar, and I think it was co-produced by Mick Ronson and Ian Hunter, but Once Bitten, Twice Shy is on there. I think my buddy Alex from Beer and Vinyl just picked this up for $1. So this one cost me $2.99, Alex, but very happy to have that. It's one of the few Ian Hunter records I didn't have in my collection. So great find there. Nice soul record. Freda Payne. The album's called Contact. Freda Payne, of course, had a hit with Band of Gold in 1969, I believe. This is on Invictus Records. Invictus Records was started by the boys from Motown, Holland Dozier Holland. They had a dispute with Barry and Motown Records, and they went on to form their own label, Invictus Records. I have an Invictus comp on CD. It's just absolutely amazing. They had some great artists in there, and they were trying to be rivals to Motown Records. They didn't quite make it, but there's some really good stuff on Invictus. If you have just one of the labels that's worth checking out. Of course, Freda Payne's a great singer. No big hits on here, but nice record to find for $4.99. And then I went to Sonic Boom Records. That's one of Brian's favorite stores. I think he's mentioned it a number of times on Spadina Avenue, and I went through the recent arrivals and came across Joe Jackson's Blaze of Glory, 1989 release. I've played this as a great record. I've been picking up Joe Jackson records lately, the last couple of years. They're usually very cheap. They're always well done. Of course, he had a big record in 1977 or 1978, maybe 78, Look Sharp, and went solo after that from the band that he had back in the old days, but always interesting records, great musician, great lyricist. Joe Jackson, Blaze of Glory from 1989. Found a Curtis Mayfield record, Honesty, from 1982. This isn't on Curtom, this is on Boardwalk Records. So not his urban soul music from the early days, from the 70s, but more soulful, more romantic stylings. But always great to pick up a Curtis Mayfield record. And again, it's called Honesty from 1982. Nice find. Picked up Steve Earle and the Dukes album, and this is called Ghosts of West Virginia. He's recording with the Dukes here. This is a 2020 release. It is a pre-loved album. Cost me $19.99. That was my big purchase of the day, but love Steve Earle. I've seen him about 4 or 5 times. anytime I can pick up something of his at a decent price, I do so. So very happy to have that. And surprisingly enough, it's recorded in mono. So that was a little bit, that was interesting. Went downstairs, was looking around the normal bins. Again, everything is priced, you know, it's up there. But I spotted the dollar bins, things that were priced from $1 to $1 up. And there was about 12 sections of it. So I went through all of them because I had a little bit of time. Didn't have to make my train for a little bit. But I did manage to come up with a couple of gems. This is a Tom Rush double album released on Fantasy Records. It's a combination of his first 2 records. Tom Rush, folk singer from New Hampshire. He's in his 80s now, still going at it. A lot of these records are old standard folk records, but anytime I run across a Tom Rush record, I grab it, and especially it was $2.99. Cover is a little, not in great shape, not in bad shape, but the records are mint. And then kept on pushing through. The interesting thing about the dollar bins downstairs in Sonic Boom is that they had a big plumbing pipe on the wall, right on the same wall that the bins were. And as I was going through the bins, you could hear the toilet flushing. So it went whoosh, tinkle, tinkle, tinkle every couple of minutes. So that was probably an indication of most of the stuff that was in the dollar bins, because there was a lot of thrift store stuff in there as well. But I did manage to pick up this Delbert McClinton compilation, Feeling All Right. It's a 1982 compilation, I think, 1982, I believe. And it's on a label I've never seen before. It's on Intermedia, a division of Soundwave, in great condition. And it was $2.99. I couldn't resist that. I love Delbert McClinton. Delbert McClinton is from Austin, Texas. He's a country, folky, R&B kind of guy. Hard to pin him down, but he's got a great soulful voice. He always has a great band behind him. He's a bit of a legend. I know he's not a well-known name, but he is a legend in the country and R&B circles from the South. So that's all I got. Just a quick little video. I am on the road again tomorrow. I'm going down to Seattle to see the Seahawks and the 49ers play tomorrow night on Thursday Night Football. So I'm really excited about that. And while I'm there, I am going to visit some record stores, maybe go to the Music Experience. Definitely go to the Music Experience. And that's a great start to our long weekend. This is Thanksgiving weekend for us here in Canada. So yeah, I'd like to wish you guys happy Thanksgiving. And I will be back soon showing you records that I picked up in Kingston. There was too many to show in this video, so I'm going to save that for another show, and I will show you what I pick up in Seattle. Hopefully I find some great buys. So till then, thanks for watching. Leave a comment. Good seeing you guys back. And till next time, cheers.